Thank you for calling Adventure Life. To plan a new trip, press 1. For a company directory, press 2. For assistance, connect. Your call may be recorded for quality assurance. Hi, thank you for calling Adventure Life. This is Ruth. How can I direct your call?
Hi, I was calling um, in interest to the Ross Sea ship from Ushuaia to Bluff, New Zealand, including helicopters. And I was wondering if by any chance I could happen to speak with the CEO, Monica Sundam, regarding uh, this cruise.
Um, I can go ahead and check if Monica is available. Are you the one traveling?
Yes, myself and one other person currently are interested in inquiring into the details regarding this cruise ship from Ushuaia to Bluff, New Zealand, the 33-day cruise ship, including helicopters aboard the Ortelius.
All right. Well, I can actually, Monica is not actually one of our trip planners. She's basically our CEO, but I can certainly connect you to a
Yes,
trip planner specializing in this area to
um,
assist you.
because of the seriousness of this, you know, this 33 days and the fact that there's no price or details. I had some very serious questions regarding for instance, the insurance and the risks and stuff such as this. So, I am taking this very seriously. So, that's why I asked the question regarding Monica, as you know.
She actually doesn't handle bookings anymore, but our trip planners are knowledgeable enough. They are actually the best person to speak with regarding also insurances, and they also have first-hand experience mostly for the trip. So yeah, I can certainly connect you.
Okay, and maybe, if you can't do it right now, but at a later date, potentially I could schedule a phone call if I have a very specific question regarding, this particular cruise ship, because, the questions I have are very important to the point where I do want to speak with the highest level management just to ensure, that I'm getting the product and services that I would require on this particular cruise ship, if you know what I mean. The Ross Sea,
Yeah.
Ushuaia to Bluff, New Zealand.
Well, I can certainly connect you right now. I can go ahead and call a trip planner specializing in this area to further assist you.
Okay, I will speak with them right now, and I suppose if there's any questions they can't answer, I hope I can, follow up these questions with a higher supervisor or even Monica. If you know, but please, right now, I just want to speak with the regular person, if that's all that's available.
Okay, all right. Kindly stay the line for me. And your name again, sir?
It's Matthew Wider.
All right, thank you. One moment, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Matthew. Thank you so much for holding. Our trip planner, Erin, is waiting for you on the other line. I'll put you to her now, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Please hold while I try to connect you.
Hi, my name's Erin. How are you doing?
Hi, how are you? I was calling today because I had some questions regarding the Ross Sea ship or cruise rather that you offer from Ushuaia to Bluff, New Zealand. The one including helicopters, the one that is advertised as a 33-day cruise aboard the Ortelius.
Let me take a look at that one. Let's see.
Yeah, and yes, one other point I needed to make here. One second, sorry. I think I'm
Okay.
the reason I'm contacting Adventure Life is well, I was hoping to speak with Monica directly, but in this case, as she's not available, I was just wanting to ask. I mean, because for what I'm looking for here, I don't want a just typical package tourist pitch. I view this as a very serious business transaction, for instance. And I am prepared to commit financially, sign all required liability waivers, and accept the risks. So, kind of what I needed to know first is whether your expeditions are strictly like curated experiences or if there's scope for more type of unfiltered, like genuine access, for instance.
Well, first of all, I'll start with the itinerary you're looking at for Helios. Maybe an outdated one that's not operating anymore. Are you seeing dates listed for that one?
I'm on Adventure Life's website right now, and I'm looking at the Ross Sea, including helicopters, 33-day cruise from Ushuaia, Argentina to Bluff, New Zealand. And I'm looking at the full itinerary here on your website. So, yeah, and it told
Yeah.
me, I believe it said to call because, this one, for instance, this cruise, Um, for from what I've realized about it is, this cruise is requiring unusually high, medical evacuation coverage, for instance, compared to your other expeditions. And I was wondering if this is because the Ross Sea, especially the helicopter legs, involve risks that are potentially beyond like standard tourism.
Not necessarily. Really, for most of the Antarctic journeys and things that are going to head down to that area, you are going to have pretty strict medical evacuation coverage requirements. And it's mostly just because of that remoteness, not necessarily because of increased risk. It's just making sure you are covered, that they can get medical help into a very remote area where really private planes are what's going to be necessary to get you in and out. And so it does have great expense if something were to go wrong in that region. And so that's why that evacuation coverage is required. That being said, so I do think the trip that you're looking at, I don't believe it's one that's operating anymore. That's why I wanted to check to see if you're finding dates listed for it. I'm not seeing it on my end. And what that usually means is even when we expire an itinerary, Google keeps these trips live in their archives. And so they can be found when you're searching online, but you can't find them directly searching on our website. And
but
I'm
I'm
not
on your.
seeing the Ortelia showing that.
Sorry, I'm on your website right now though, and I have the direct link open right now to this specific one. And actually, I was doing some research into this, and it looks like the last time this ship entered the area around McMurdo was 2017, if I'm not mistaken. But I was actually calling about the insurance issue too, because I was understanding that in the case of like, very serious weather, because crossing the Drake Passage in this particular area is, very unpredictable weather. So I think they said about $300,000 in total coverage would be required in the case of, emergencies, weather, maybe, like you said, rescue, transport and such. And that would be the the explanation logically for that is, the Drake Passage is very dangerous. But when it said things about, helicopter landings in the dry valleys, does this mean actual access beyond, regular tourist perimeters or just a brief loop to certain staged landing sites?
Would be just brief drop-offs into like staged landing sites. They have to be super protective of the wildlife there and of the landscape. And so they have very specific designated spots.
Okay,
but
I understand all of that, and the reason I'm calling is because I'm taking this extremely serious here, given the cost and the risks associated, and also some of what you just described. But from what you're saying, are the clients restricted to like a pre-approved type of route with sort of like stage photo ops, or is there a path where passengers could potentially see the more of like a full reality of, what the dry valleys look like without filtering, so to speak?
So it is very much, the passengers don't really have any say in where you're going. It is very much the places that they have worked out with IATO that they are given permission to land. So it's not necessarily filtered. It is very realistic. It is exactly, what the environment is there. There isn't anything that they're putting up to change that. But no, it would not be something where guests have any say in where those landing sites are or where they're going to be going. It will be a very strict laid out itinerary.
Okay, so I want just to get a complete, honest picture here of the final destination as far as, if I pay the full ticket and insurance, I'm ready to do that, of course. And I am, am I, for instance, guaranteed anything beyond the curated illusion most people get? Or is your company obligated to only deliver the sort of staged version regardless of client seriousness?
I guess I'm not sure what you're regarding as a staged experience. I've been to Antarctica several times myself. Nothing about it felt staged.
Because to be a little more clear and specific with my question there, if I were to get let's say the weather permitting and everything, right? Permission permitting, weather permitting and everything, the helicopters included. If I get up, if me and my partner get up to the dry valleys, am I guaranteed possibly to see anything beyond, just the usual kind of, version regardless of client seriousness? Because like I said, I'm a very serious customer here, and I would like to see the full scope of the dry valleys, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, really, everyone that I would say goes down to this area is going to be a very serious traveler. It's, not a light tour by any means. It's a very in-depth and long voyage. And so I think you've got kind of a similar mindset of all guests on board. So no, they're not in any way able to alter where they are taking you, what you are seeing, or what you are doing. It is very much going to be, this is what's permitted in that area.
I have another question, because I have been doing serious amounts of research on this, because, the risks involved, the very serious risks involved. I mean, the weather is completely unpredictable, and of course the Drake Passage, everything about it, is not your typical kind of voyage, so to speak, or cruise, so to speak. But I was wondering, based on all of these serious type of searches that I've made throughout the internet, like why do so few clients ever report or publish raw footage of the helicopter trips? Is this due to NDAs or internal policies, or because, for instance, only select clients are given deeper access?
No, it's, one, I think, like you said, this trip hasn't happened in almost a decade, and so you're not seeing anything recent because it's been a very long time since guests have gone down there. There's certainly no NDAs that are signed by travelers on these trips. They're welcome to publish anything that they see or experience while they're down there. So it's more a matter of maybe what you're looking for isn't what's there, what people are seeing.
Okay, so I'm seeing almost no postings about this on, the typical Reddit, Instagram, Facebook, travel vlogs, YouTube, etc. But would you say that's true? Would you say, based on the previous answer that you just provided me, it's because, obviously I've tracked the logs and stuff. In 2017, it looks like was the last time, according to GPS logs, or however that is exactly, like the ship was, one of your ships was near McMurdo.
Correct, yeah, it's just a matter of, it just really doesn't happen anymore. With the new, so in the past decade, IATO has really stepped in, and there are all sorts of new regulations that didn't exist 10 years ago.
Okay.
Honestly, the reliability of helicopter operations is so weather dependent.
Okay, so if I bring $50,000 cash and I sign your waivers, can you confirm whether I will be treated as a sovereign client with full access, or just as another tourist in a photo loop package? And can you please be honest, because I'm not investing unless the answer, is 100% clear in this case.
Yes, and I would say they don't give any priority or any different access to any guest. So the answer really would be no. You would be treated as every other guest on board the ship that is paying that same price. So they don't give special access to anyone. They don't give limited access to anyone. This is the itinerary. Everyone has access to it, but everything will be 100% weather dependent once you get down there.
Okay, I do respect your time, and I respect the risks involved, okay? But here's the thing. I'm not looking for, eco tour, marketing copy. I'm willing to pay and accept full responsibility here, but only if the exchange is transparent. If it's a curated bluff, so to speak, I'd rather hear that directly from Monica than waste any more time in this instance, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, and I would say the answer is no. It is not going to be curated to a specific guest. It is going to be an eco tour, because that is what IATO permits down there. And so it is going to be focused on the history, the landscape, the wildlife, and it is going to be that tour that they offer. They do not curate Antarctic trips for specific travelers.
What you can tell me 100% is the helicopter is 100% real, and the risks involved with the helicopter journey and the journey in general are real.
They are, absolutely. We have a couple ships that operate helicopters down there. That being said, I do not believe the Ortelius is offering this trip anymore. I do
Okay,
think this is one of those archived ones that Google has pulled
and
up.
can I ask who I'm speaking with right now?
Sure, my name is Erin Correa.
Okay, so looking. Okay, all right, and because it seems like you might be not have a full idea of the current status of the Ortelius in this particular trip from Ushuaia to Bluff, is it potential, or could I potentially speak with Monica? Because, like I said, I'm a very serious customer, and so is my partner here. You know, we're willing to pay the full amount in cash, in person, if necessary, willing to sign any paperwork, legal and otherwise necessary. And because of the seriousness of this trip, I was wondering if I can speak with Monica or arrange a conversation with Monica, the CEO, at a later time this week.
Honestly, I don't think that would help you at all. And Monica actually knows less about the Ortelius operations than I do, since this is the area that I specialize in, and she manages all of our overall operations. We are not the operators of this trip, though, and so I would suggest reaching out to the actual ship company. That is going to be your best bet. The Ortelius is run by a company called Oceanwide Expeditions.
Okay, I think I've heard of this company. I've watched some videos. You know, they weren't videos with a lot of views, but I think it was something like from a channel Martinez, something like. But anyways, I saw it on YouTube. Is that the company? You said it was called
Oceanwide Expeditions.
Okay. Well, so Oceanwide Expeditions, they're the ones that own the Ortelius, is what you're telling me.
Yes. So we act as like a broker for them. We are booking guests onto their trips. They are the ones who actually operate the trip. So it seems like they would be more the people you would want to talk to for your specific question.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for all. It's helping explain all that. And if I have any further, questions, or anything, I will call back. But in this case, I'm gonna, obviously contact Oceanwide Expeditions now. And yeah, thank you for your time.
Yeah, you're welcome. Have a great day.
Okay, thank you.